Ow, Daryl, quit it.
Something, but Moist keen to just hold possession, take some boost, try and put Semper in as much of an uncomfortable situation as they can.
This is the rising tide from Moist. It's been back and forth, but Semper had so much ball possession first half of this game. Now it is all in Moist favor. Again, no real passing opportunities out of defense as the challenges keep coming through. Semper not finding their positioning. And that's only a matter of time between somebody like Rise or Joyo setting up a play. Finally, we see the first clear coming up for Semper. How long can it last?
But I'm still impressed with the damage control out of Semper while they're stuck in their own half. The boosts are getting taken. They're getting demoed. They're getting bumped like we just witnessed. Then a pass in the midfield. Exotic has to dodge another one, and it slips through. About to compliment Semper's ability to hold on against Moist, but after all these plays unfold in front of you, there's only so much you could do, Yummy.
And credit to Exotic. He was able to avoid the bump, but he still almost got up to her. But against Moist, with 2 minutes of solid attack, you know an opportunity's going to come. And now Semper in that difficult position behind. They usually like to hold on to a lead. They can't get into that spot
Look
right
at the
now.
speed.
They're going to have to score soon. But outpace one.
You can't go for big clears against Moist. They're going to outpace you in the air. The predictions are there. The speed is there. And of course, the mechanics are there for Moist. Semper, keep it close. Small dribbles out of your own half. Small touches between. With booming clears, you're just giving away possession.
They are hitting their game plan.
There we go.
They
need a dribble.
Play a defensive, but against Moist, they're not overcommitting. Almost scoring the clincher. Rise. Look for another, but now it's a chance.
Space for Casio.
Counter-attack coming out. Off the roof, Casio! Blocked again by Joyo, and there's still members from Moist. They're in a good position here to hold on with 30 seconds. It's going to be a bit of a miracle for Semper to get past them. They can do it in the next 20.
Semper, it's their turn to create an onslaught of shots. They can hold on to possession. The ball flicked into the midfield, but it's intercepted from Batir. The defensive mastermind. Here We've come down to the final 10 seconds. Semper urgently needs something.
They're panicked here. Cassio gave away the ball.
Cleared out.
They had that one last chance to score. Vatira again in the midfield, the free jump, and Moist now 2-0 up in this series.
Vatira reminding us of how impactful he can be on the defensive side. There was 3 consecutive interceptions that we just saw within that final minute, where he read the pass, got a touch, and denied Semper from moving forward. A lot of heroics given from Vatira. Joyo, of course, not too many solo plays from him, but we did see him take off into the air, waste some time, and a classic, clean 1-0 game for Moist.
A game like this proves just how capable, how adaptable Moist are. Completely different games against one. It was more about midfield control. It was more about making sure they were always in Semper's half. And then, once they had the lead, they shut down everything Semper could do.
I mean, as we watched the Mobile 1 high-performance replay, you saw that play that won this game for Moist was a nice control dribble into the midfield, changing it up. The thing about Moist is they're a 3-headed dragon. There's so many different avenues they can go down to if they want to get a goal. They have solo plays. They can throw somebody forward. Off the backboard, you're going for double taps. Then all of a sudden, you could switch things up completely 180 and go for a dribble with a small little flick in the midfield. Moist, they are just elegant in every single situation. Semper, how do they respond? I mean, what is going to be the difference maker to get out of their own half?
We need to see something. It's either got to be that dream hack draw step that we keep thinking about. It's got to be exotic, making more than just these simple plays. Go to the double play. Yet still, maybe needs to go over 9,000 if he wants to beat Moist.
Oh, really good read from Sean Step 45. Smacking that double tap away from Moist. And there's some more space. I think it's the early game for Semper. The first 2 minutes, that's the time for Semper to strike. Moist have their guard down every single game whenever things just get started. Semper are going to want to punish and capitalize off that, but they can't find good passes downfield. I don't know how possible it is.
Especially when you have seen so many of these touches where...
Here we go.
Just hit forward. Jorstad has tried to open it up, but that's the first play we've seen. Kind of slowed down, not about just taking it away from Moist, but actually generating something for themselves.
I think there might be something with the communication. Semper gets this control in the corner, and as they're moving into the midfield, communication isn't spot on, and sometimes that pass doesn't connect with the third man. Vatira, good work to get out of his own half. Over to Rise, the 1v1, goes for the fake, and flips it in. The mind game's coming out.
Oh no! Semper looking like a turtle on their back.
Wow.
Flailing there, Exotic completely taken out by Rise, and after a bit more of a relaxed game in the last run, Rise stepped up again.
I didn't think he could find the angle. Within the first minute, we get a mind game, more mechanics, but still better possession and pressure from Semper. It's one counterattack that changes the pace. Meanwhile, Exotic is on the air dribble, doesn't have the boost to follow through. And that transition cut short.
It is a game like this that maybe Semper looking their best. They are down 2. They know they need to change it up. And they've been slowing the ball a lot more to get the offense.
They can't even get boost though, Young. The midfield boost, take it. Then you go back into your own corners. It's not up right here. Shawset just drove over it, doesn't have any. And as he's the third man, he's going to look to make some kind of a difference. A little slower on the approach, doesn't find it.
That's hurting so many of their offensive opportunities because they don't have that follow-up.
Right.
One person is making the play. They are kind of creating some semblance of a chance, but then the other 2 have to run back for boost and aren't part of the play.
It's so frustrating too. We just saw Moist go up for a solo play, an air dribble into the air. Exotic has no choice but to challenge it. He wastes all his boost going up for a challenge, doesn't connect, and then it's the second man behind him who does get a touch, but both players had wasted boost. Here comes Rise. He doesn't have any boost to himself, but they're just abusing the backboard. He's got his flip. He uses it, and Vatira strikes again.
Vatira! You cannot stop him. He's played the beast. The flip reset. Exotic can't get up. You have to cover the bottom. You have to cover the top. You can't cover Vatira.
You don't even know when they're going to shoot. It's off the backboard 3 consecutive times in a row, and then he saves his flip. Come on.
This man's a genius. He is almost certainly the best player in the world right now, and you can see why. Just how impactful he's been. Moist is still looking for another one. They know 3 goals will secure this game.
But there is a monster that, granted, is asleep right now, but still alive nonetheless.
But he's been sleeping for
and
the
it's
last
exotic.
year.
It's exotic, though.
Oh.
He's there. He's on the other side. He can awaken, believe in that man and his ability to carry this team and put them on his back. Chaussette and Casio can do some damage on the defensive side. Maybe Exotic steps up offensively.
We'll see if that is the case. Still holds true. Did not play in the first 2 splits, Exotic, and then came out of nowhere to bring Stemper back on the map after they lost their star player, Archie. Yeah, could be a minute and 47 seconds away before they have to reverse sweep a team like Moist. This is their chance.
There it is.
Casio found Chaussette. Vatira again. Vatira. He is unbeatable in the defense.
He's the backbone for the defensive side of Moist. He was patient on the backboard, then now he's going on the other side getting some demos. He's back in the 3rd-man spot. He's got space in here. What's he going to do with it? A flip reset over one, then a solid setup for the other, and it's 3-0.
Vatira scores an absolute worldie.
Come on.
Then he gets a flip reset pass. Then he gets the best save. Joyo is going to score. Moist looking like they're going to match point.
A painful setup for Exotic. The clear needed to be stronger into his own corner. After getting pressured time and time again, there's only so much you can do. Now they're freestyling, rise off the steal again. They just want to get more and more flashy, Yummy.
This is where it gets worrying for any team, because when Joyo has that confidence to play like it's free play, that's when you have an MVP performance like he did in the grand final of the London Major, where he almost was the big difference between them winning that grand final up against Falcons and potentially losing.
Exotic.
Exotic still can't beat him. Once again, it is Vatira with the save.
We've got Joyo going for mind games on his own half, breaking the axles of Semper. And now, with 40 seconds left, Semper, they don't get one early. I don't know if it's possible. We've seen crazier things happen, but going to need a miracle to get back into this game. Otherwise, it's going to be match point for Moist Esports, their 2nd time on the stage, and they are as comfortable as can be.
Chaussette looking to set it up, looking to bring this back to something, but looks like the Chaussette is on the other foot. Rise, the counter-attack.
Wow.
4-0. And
Well, you say that now. Listen, Semper have a history. Everybody doubted them coming into the wild card. A lot of people were sleeping on them. They smacked so many players, so many teams in that stage. They come out, they win and beat Endpoint in Game 7. These guys have the ice. They've got the mechanics. It's such a fantastic team, but it's difficult against boys who still, with 1 second left, are finding their 5th goal.
you say all that. You say that Stemper,
listen,
dominated.
I'm just saying, it's dangerous to count them out, all right?
You say all that, but that just proves how
it
good
does.
Moist is.
Yes, it
they
does.
are making one of the best teams in the competition so far look like easy work.
Maybe we see Casio step up himself in this series again. What are you laughing at?
The triple free jump.
Moist just wants
If
that
they score
flashy.
that, if they score
I mean,
that.
you're up 5-0. The confidence is coming out, and we still don't even see a goal from Semper. They're going for triple resets. They're 2 players falling off the ceiling. Semper struggling to get out of their own half. They don't have any boost, Yummy. I'm looking at the boost tallies. I'm looking at how they're able to even get on the offensive side. Their only option, it seems, is one massive clear downfield, but then you're just giving it away right to the worst player you can, which is Vatira, who's waiting downfield.
Oh, I remember when you had to try and carry steals.
Okay.
If you were ever there without boost, what did you have to do? What can Semper do here?
It's so frustrating because if you can't pick up your own corner pads, you have to just rely on the small boost pads, and that comes down to habits because you're under so much pressure. If your rotations aren't already going over these small little pads, it's over for you. You are going to get destroyed. That was something that I hugely struggled with. I couldn't manage to get those rotations in, and Semper seems like that might be the same issue. 5-0 against Semper. Moist seem to look unstoppable.
And This could either be a positive thing or a negative thing, but Semper did not take their timeout. They want to go straight into the next game. The Five are given up, or they know what to do.
You're on match point. All right, you just want to get back into it.
Well, Semper aren't on match point. They're
rather big clear down the other side, and what do we get? Early starts are needed. Shaw said that would have been it to get the first step done and over with, and instead you're dealing with more shots. A double tap 1v1 from Exotic. Instead, Joyo, come on, get in the demo on the way back. Physical gameplay out of Moist.
This feels so frustrating for Semper. They've been so close to the goal so many times, but up against these saves seems ridiculous. Shout out to defense that do have Shawset once again. He has to go straight for the shot because even though we know Shawset can do so much with the ball, he just has a member of Moist on his tail at all times.
The dribbles, I will say, out of Semper have been their best chance to break down and shatter the defense of Moist. That control, instead of these big clears from Casio, the control aspect of Semper is something that I have been very impressed with. Their ability to keep the ball on top of their car, go for a nice flick. It's created opportunities, it's created chances. If you take it into the air, you're facing a 50-50, and now a big miss from Shawset. Mechanics off from Semper.
The other thing we've seen, and this even goes into their game plan, I spoke with Casio, he's happy to go and clear the ball in these situations on land, thinking, you know, this is going to be enough against nervous teams.
Yeah.
And that did work in, say, RLCS Season 8 when Veloce managed to get the top 6 with Casio. But in this modern era, in the new stage of LANs every few months, these teams so much less nerves, they're so much more veteran, and it just doesn't seem to be working.
And you're usually not up against a team like Moist who's so comfortable in the air.
Yeah.
Big clears can be advantageous if you're up against a team who likes to control more. But Moist, if you throw this ball up to the ceiling, Moist are like, okay, you're doing most of the work for me. I was going to go there anyway.
Rise from the corner. He takes the first one. He takes the second. That is a very difficult read to go up so early.
I can't believe what I'm seeing out of Moist. This is dangerous stuff. One game away from making it to the playoffs. Moist, they look to be in perfect form, hitting every shot. Supernatural powers coming out of these three. Refuse, okay? Everybody did this in the wild card. Everybody did this against Endpoint. It's not happening, okay?
I mean, come on. The European analysts have spent all year underrating Semper. But even still, I think it is hard to expect them at this point to be able to make a comeback. Now, it's possible in this game, and I hope to see a game number 5. It won't happen if they let Moist take the reins as they seem to be doing it. It's kind of just opportunity over and over again for these solo players.
I think it's all about building layers and establishing a better idea of what you're going for. These guys...
Rocket League is like onions.
Right. Thank you for that, young